Welcome friends, welcome back to the workshop. Welcome to Essence of the Keys. Today we're going to continue on with the knife build. Before I start though, I wanted to address something. I got a really nice comment from a gentleman, and I'm very sorry I don't remember your name, anyway, he was a blacksmith and taught bladesmithing in the UK, and he told me that I'd done a no-no, and I really appreciate it. I was extremely fortunate with this one because I didn't get any micro cracks, it doesn't look like. But what I did wrong was I peened this without having it hot. So he said that really need to have it up to temperature before you do that because you can cause micro fractures in it. So I just wanted to pass that along. So thank you so much for your suggestions. Use Windex, or in this case, generic Windex. Just kind of lubricate stuff. A lot of the times I use this edge just because it's easier to, but you can do this. And you always want to take your time on your first grit, because once you get your scratch pattern, it's easier. Still got these few scratch lines. As you can tell, the other side's not terrible. Okay, so I've moved on to the second side. Show you the first side. It's looking nice and smooth. Got all my lines going the same way. Oh, there's another little scratch I seen. All right, so this is the second side. It's looking just jubbly. I think I'm going to go ahead and move to the next grit. I'm up to 240 grit now. Now we're going to move to 320. Okay, we're going on to 400 grit. All right, so now I'm going to use my micro mesh. I went to 600. Again, since I took my time on the first grit, these will go fairly fast. So the micro mesh, if you haven't ever watched my pin turning videos, they're a grit system all their own. They start at 1500 and go through to, this set goes to 12,000. Now to 18. Okay guys, so the first thing we want to do on our knife scales is to just hit them on some sandpaper on a flat surface and make sure they're nice and flat and true. This is pretty flat, but I still want to true it up. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some painter's tape on both sides and super glue these together. Walter Sorrells does this just by gluing the wood together itself. He'll just put a couple of drops. So the main thing is we want the ends to be even. Let me get some CA glue and I'll be right back. So I've got these glued together. I've set my calipers to 3/16. That's what I'm going to do this front bevel at. First thing I need to do is kind of make sure this is nice and square. And so I'll take and I'll square this up and I'll do this side here. Okay guys, I've got this squared up. I'm way off my lines here, but I went ahead and drilled in counterboard for these heads, so when they're in there they'll be just below the surface. And then I took my calipers and I scribed a line. It's really kind of hard to see on this, on the face and here. It's the same line, yeah, same distance. I think it's like 3/16. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to I'm going to bevel, I'm going to tilt the table of my belt grinder. So I'm going to taper that, and then I'm going to probably go in with a bandsaw and just try to get this as close to the line. And then once I get it up to my lines, I'll take and do the same bevel with my calipers. I'll follow it around like this. I'll just go and scribe a line, and then I'll scribe the line down here and do the same thing, and then I'll grind that. I'm not trying to make it faceted. I just want it to be, I'm gonna try to round it a little bit, but those are kind of the guidelines, and I'll go from there. So I know how much y'all love to watch sanding, but I'm going to deprive you of it because it's just easier for me to get this done as quick as I can, and I'll come back when I'm a little bit closer. Alright guys, I'm getting to the point where I'm going to go ahead and mount this. I don't think I'm going to put epoxy on it just yet, if at all, just because I've got some cleanup to do right here. I could probably use my detail sander or some files, but just kind of want to see what it's going to look like. It's pretty, yeah, the handle's still pretty rough. I'm not quite to my lines, but I'll refine all that with some files and hand sanding. But let's see what we can do here. So just right in this crack. That works a treat. Alright, so I'm going to hit this on here just one last time. Just got a couple of little splinters there that come up from the drilling. That looks okay. I've never used these Chicago screws for a handle before, and if they work as good as I'm hoping, it's probably what I'll do from now on, because doing pins and epoxy and all that, it's very stressful to me. Alright, so that's the first time it's all been assembled. So I'm going to go back and work on this, try to get that all cleaned up, and then I'll come back and try to figure out. I might have to shave some of this off because it's a little bit, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's in there quite a ways. I knew it would be. I'd rather have to sneak up on it than cut it too thin and then have to start completely over. So I'll be back when I get this shaped. We got to the part where it's the hand sanding, so we're in the final stretch. I still have to address the hole, but I'm just making use of the belts that broke on my detail sander. I'm just gonna try to dress this up a little bit, smooth it out. I hit it with a file and got it fairly level there, but now it's just the hand sanding. I do have the top of it profiled pretty much the way I want it. It feels real good in the hand, but so far I'm pretty pleased with it. I have shaped it and buffed it out as much as I'm going to. It kind of has an old look. It's kind of what I was going for. Now if I can get this unwrapped, I'll show you the final shot. Alright, there it is in all of its glory. I've got to put a, sharpen it and it'll be ready to go. Now, keep in mind, I am not a professional bladesmith. I'm not a professional anything, except unless being a dummy is a category. I am that, but it's a learning process, and I've really enjoyed this. Yeah, it's a little rough right there. I need to go back and just touch that up just a little bit, but other than that, I'm pretty pleased with it. It'll make a nice kitchen knife, I think. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Like I said, I'm not a professional knifesmith. I'm not a blacksmith. I'm just a guy doing this in my garage. I do enjoy doing this, so maybe one of these days I'll be able to do it for a living. But anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed doing it and sharing with you. Leave a comment below what you think. Next week, probably won't be a video next week. There might be, but highly unlikely, because we're going to Tennessee to see family. My dad, who is 85, almost 86, he took a little spill last week. We'd already had this trip planned, so we couldn't change it and go earlier, so we're going to go and check on him. He's doing fine. He's banged up and sore, so keep him in your thoughts and prayers. Yeah, like and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, I would like to ask you to hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost anything. Just takes a second of your time to click that button. Hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss it out when we upload. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year. The year is fastly going away, and we're still about 300 and some odd away from our goal. I think we could do it. Just need some love.